Greetings. Welcome back to Big Beer Sports News. This is my pick for Thursday Night Football. The beginning of week 3. Here we go. We starting off the Houston Texans at home versus the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are one of the surprise teams so far through 2 weeks. Starting off 2-0. Houston had a very big win in week 1 and then faced the Cleveland Browns in week 2 and put up a good fight throughout the first half. But their starting quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, did not play in the rest of the game with a pulled hamstring. So we're going to pray for Tyrod Taylor and the Houston Texans because they have lost so far on the season 2 quarterbacks. One is a healthy scratch in Deshaun Watson, and let's pray for Deshaun Watson. Right now, he's facing a whole lot of civil suits, and one thing I'll say about that situation is if Deshaun is indeed guilty of these things, then he, at the very least, needs some sort of counseling or therapy, something, because it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, even with sex. And if he is indeed innocent, I believe that the perpetrator should also be found guilty in a court of law and receive some sort of counseling as well, because oftentimes in the community, we find people who's have a bloodlust for money, and it's ridiculous. I know, we live in hard times, and poverty is the key of the day, but still, risking someone's well-being, someone's life. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't play with someone's welfare. But back to the game, Thursday night, 8:20 p.m. Carolina are 8-point favorites. It's kind of hard for me to go against Carolina. I mean, Sam Darnold, we all know about Sam Darnold. He got okay feet, got a big arm, big stature in the pocket, can deliver the ball over linemen with pressure. Sam Darnold can move and throw at a few different angles. I think maybe, if I ain't mistaken, he was drafted by the Jets. I think maybe, he was just drafted into a dysfunctional system. Maybe, I don't know. But Sam Darnold is here, and it looked like he might be here to stay. So, Carolina, ever since losing Cam, even with Cam, because Cam was injured a lot, they haven't really been too stable at quarterback. And then when you have some of the receivers like they have, Moore, a Swiss Army knife, and Christian McCaffrey, you got to get somebody that's going to be able to deliver the ball, because you're going to be able to move the ball. Just with Christian McCaffrey alone, he's kind of similar to Alvin Kamara. Maybe Alvin Kamara is a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger, but Christian McCaffrey definitely holds his own versus contact. But I'm going to give you my prediction. On their third string quarterback, the Houston Texans is starting a very, very inexperienced young quarterback, a guy in which I didn't know much about until week 2 when he came out in the second half and played against the Browns. And he really didn't have a very good showing. So, with that being said, this Carolina defense looks very active and opportunistic. Okay, there we go. We got it out. The Carolina defense looks very young, active, and opportunistic versus that Houston defense where they put up a good fight against the Browns, but all those pieces that they lost, all that experience that they lost this past offseason, I think it's going to show as the season go on. So, Carolina 3-0 this week versus the Houston Texans. Man. Who would ever thought the Carolina Panthers going 3-0? Who would ever thought, especially after Deshaun Watson was the number one leading quarterback in the whole league last year? Who would ever thought that the Texans would be right here, right now? I mean, you kind of saw the fall happening when they was losing Hopkins and a few other players, but I mean, this is going to be something to watch. I mean, if they had Hard Knocks all season long, I would want it down there in Houston. I'm not even going to lie. Probably between the Browns and the Houston Texans. So, Carolina, 28, Houston, 13. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Big Bear Sports News. I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments your pick for Thursday Night Football. Carolina on the road versus the Houston Texans. Peace. Take care.